Yo, what up, guys? This your boy T-Dub was blazing in sports. We're back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. Let's get it. All right, guys, listen, man, I got a little bit of time on my hands. I want to talk about, Canelo at least. I guess we'll see where the stream actually goes. But, guys, I want to talk about Canelo, man. He's taking on Danny Jacobs, but it's talks that he's probably going to move back up to 168. And now there's talks that he might move to 175 to fight Kovalev. You have to let me know what you think about this. Guys, give me a moment. Gosh. I parked the wrong way. Sun is kicking my ass. I want to back up and return around. But some idiot might try to steal my spot as soon as I back out of it. It is lunchtime. Alright, guys, let's get it. Canelo Alvarez has a very tough task facing Danny Jacobs, who many people believe beat Triple G. That's tough in his own right. Even though I believe that Canelo is going to get the win, that's a tough fight. Definitely a tough fight to just be looking past and talking about maybe going to 168 and then going to 175, guys. And listen, man, we all know, don't act like you don't, that the Rocky Fielding fight, that was a soft touch. That was a soft touch, guys. That's the type of touch that after you done massage your body for hours, rub some baby oil on it for about 2 or 3 hours, it's a soft touch. Rocky Fielding just collected a check. That's just my opinion, man. I mean, to be 168 pounds, it looked like he was punching with the force of a Teletubby when he fought Canelo. And he lost. But I'm going to say this, man. If he moves up and fight the names that they're talking about, or move up even higher and face Kovalev, who I do not see as a soft touch like Rocky Fielding, I don't know, man. But let's get it, guys. You know how I do it. I get the article. Yo, MBT Boxing, what it do? He said, like a crack-addicted baby. Absolutely, man. Shout out to my boy MBT Boxing, man. You definitely might be the coolest guy on here talking boxing, man. I subscribe. So should you. So, you know what I do, guys? I take a break. This time, listen, I took a lunch break, man. So I'm going to give you a little bit more than 15 minutes. Up to an hour, but definitely more than 15. But let's get this work. Canelo Alvarez will love to fight in the UK with Chris Eubank Jr., who we just saw beat DeGale, and Smith and the potential opponents. Guys, what do you think about that? Callum Smith, Chris Eubank Jr. Listen, man, Chris Eubank Jr. did very well against James DeGale. To me, James DeGale came in there with, I don't know, man. It's like he did the same thing over and over and over and over. It's like the only move he had was to shoot in with a straight left hand, or if he turned orthodox, a straight right hand, and then hold. I don't know, man. I was highly disappointed in James DeGale performance. Chris Eubank Jr. done a good job trying to counter him, coming in, landing some good shots. Definitely won the fight. But what do you think about Canelo Alvarez? He'd love to have a fight in the UK with Chris Eubank Jr. and Callum Smith right now are potential opponents. Listen, man, I'm going to say this. Even though I can, say some things about Chris Eubank Jr., listen, there's some things that he needs to improve on. For sure. For sure. But that's definitely not a light touch like Rocky Fielding. Facts. Bob Smitty in the building. What up, Bob Smitty? Let's talk about a Canelo Wood toy with Eubank Jr. Shaking my head. Eubank Jr. is a tougher task than Rocky Fielding, though, man. Rocky Fielding, listen, man. when Canelo fought Rocky Fielding. To me, the way he fought was like, that was just another agenda, you know, of his day. He's like, okay, I'm going to get up. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to do some laundry around 10 o'clock. Oh, then right around 10:45 p.m., fight Canelo. 12:45, go home, eat some bacon and eggs. It was just part of his day. Because he didn't put no real effort, no real power. He didn't come out there to win. He didn't come out there like, listen, this is my time to shine. This is my time to, you know, to be somebody. He didn't do it. Bob says, let me see, guys. Trust me, this is a horrible app. Anytime I use this app, it's horrible. It's good for certain things I want to do with the images, but it's very hard with reading text. Let's see. Eubank has no setups. You're right. He walks up, tees off. Canelo will counterpunch him all night. And that was the one thing I'm going to say. Man, I can criticize Chris Eubank about some things. About the lack of utilizing his jab like he should. He's pretty stiff in a lot of ways. He waited a lot. Against James DeGill, he waited a lot to me, try to counterpunch and catch DeGill. It's just coming in. Anytime DeGill looked like he was coming in, Eubank was countering. Eubank was trying to catch him with the right, just throwing shots. And James DeGill had a horrible plan, man. Horrible plan. You know, he was fighting like something had to be wrong with him. But let's get back to the article. Canelo would love to fight with Chris Eubank Jr. or Callum Smith, potential opponents at 168 pounds. WBA and WBC middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez. Okay, he claims that he would love to fight in England before the end of his career. Let's see what else. However, the Mexican will return to middleweight in May to defend his titles against Danny Jacobs in Las Vegas. Listen, man, to me, he is looking past Jacobs. That's a tough fight, and I am picking Canelo to beat Jacobs. But I am predicting a tough matchup. I am not predicting Canelo just run through Jacobs like he's Rocky Fielding. I am not predicting that. Guys, this fight is going to go deep. Honestly, to me, it has a good chance of going 12 rounds. It has a good chance. But I'm picking Canelo to win by decision. That's what I'm picking. But I'm also predicting a damn good matchup. I'm predicting Danny Jacobs to get some good shots off Canelo. Win some rounds against Canelo. I'm predicting Danny Jacobs to talk a lot of smack to Canelo. Come on. You know, trying to rile him up. But let's get to the good stuff. I'm trying to find a spot. I don't know if this article even has it, but I know he's talking about maybe possibly moving up to fight Kovalev. All right, here we go. Some right here. Next page. See, hear that? I got the file, guys. All right. In an interview with ESPN, Canelo has intends on moving back to 168, as well as attempting to become a four-weight world champion at 175 pounds before the end of his career. He would like to fight in the UK and Japan. And guys, one of the opponents they're talking about Canelo fighting or facing at 175 pounds is Kovalev. Listen, man. Sometimes you can bite off a little bit more than what you can handle. In your opinion, not Chris Eubank Jr. or Callum Smith, do you believe that Canelo can beat current champion Kovalev? Can he beat Sergey Kovalev? Let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's compare some stats. Hey, like my boy, what's my boy name? Anthony Joshua. Stacks and facts. Hold on, guys. Let me get this. Hold on. All right. So, guys, hold on. Where's it at? I guess that's it. Here we go. I made this for you guys just so we can kind of compare. You know, I want to look at these guys' height, their record, and everything else, all right? So, I got Canelo up top. As you can see, guys, 51 wins. That's incredible. 35 KOs. 1 loss. That is coming to Floyd Mayweather. 2 draws. And then we take a look at Sergey Kovalev. It's on the bottom. 33 wins, 28 losses. 3 losses. 2 of them coming to Andre Ward. 1 coming to Alvarez. And a draw. How do these guys match up? How do they stack up? Height-wise, Canelo Alvarez standing at a tall 5'8", 70-inch, 70.5-inch reach on him. Sergey Kovalev, 6 foot tall, so that is a 4-inch reach advantage. 72.5-inch reach, 2-inch reach advantage. So he's taller by 4, reach by 2. But naturally, the bigger man, even though I know Canelo is built like a tree trunk. Don't get me wrong. I know he is. He has that tree trunk built. Would he be biting off more than what he can chew? Now I'm going to say this. The Crusher, even though he beat Alvarez, to me, he outboxed Alvarez. The Crusher hasn't crushed in a while. But he definitely outboxed Alvarez. I don't believe he had Alvarez hurt in that fight. But he boxed well, look good. Let's go back to the main picture. Bob Smitty back in the chat. Let's see what it says. How do you think Jacob does on the inside with Canelo? I'm going to touch on that. Canelo versus Kovalev. Legacy fight, and yes, it would be competitive. Canelo is in his prime. I think Crusher is on a decline. All right, let me touch on both of those. Let's touch on Jacobs first. All right. I think Jacobs versus Canelo is a very, very good fight. Very interesting fight. Right now, I would tip my hat for Canelo. But Danny Jacobs is one of them guys that he's not only work upstairs to the head, Danny Jacobs will go to the body. And to me, in my opinion, people like Canelo and people like Triple G, they can take some of the best shots. I mean, some of the best shots to the chin. They can take it. They can take those shots to the face. Think about it. Canelo only has 1 loss. That's against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather honestly just outboxed him. But people like Eric Laura caught him with good shots in the face. Austin Trout caught him with good shots. People has hit Canelo. What they need to do is go to his body. And Danny Jacobs does go to the body. The thing is, he needs to go to the body a lot early and a lot often against Canelo. But the one thing about going to the body, man, you can't stay there too long. Because when you go to the body, and if you're not doing it proper, or sometimes even when you're doing it proper, Bob, you can get counted up top. Jacobs can be hurt. Jacobs been hurt. Jacobs been down. And that's the risk that he run. That's the risk that he run. And he has to decide, is the risk worth the rewards? In my opinion, he has to find a way to go to Canelo body, slow him down, maybe try to zap some of that power out of Canelo. Canelo's a very slick fighter, rolls really well. And honestly, after he fought Floyd, I thought Canelo became a better boxer. The way he rolled them shots, watched them shots coming in, you know, it made him a better fighter. And I think your second one was about the Crusher, who, before I saw what you said, the Crusher has not been the same, man. That was a good win against Alvarez. But I'm going to tell you this. He's going to try to outbox Canelo. And even though his power did not look the same against Alvarez, like, even if Alvarez has a good chin or not, I just didn't see the same, like, you know, emphasis on the punches. You know, I didn't see that, you know, that, wow. Like when Deontay Wilder fights someone, if they drops or not, it looks vicious. Wow. Tank Davis, it just looks like it hurts. See, Sean Porter throw punches that looks like they hurt, even though I don't believe Sean Porter's a big puncher. But you can tell that he's throwing with his daily intentions. I don't see the daily intentions, at least in that fight, from Kovalev. But I also believe Kovalev came out there with a different plan. He came out there to outbox, keep Alvarez at arm distance, land combination, and he did. He threw punches and bunches. He outboxed Alvarez. He will be taller against Canelo. He will have a longer reach than Canelo. And to be honest, that's not a bad game plan. That's not a bad. That's not a fight I'm just going to give Canelo, unless, I mean, you know what? But you know what? We don't know when this fight going to happen. But I will say this: would it, if they really want to catapult Canelo into instant Hall of Fame? There's a chance if he does it right, because I believe he kept his belt at 168. What if he beats Danny Jacobs? Which, remember, that is a fight that Jacobs definitely has a chance to win. But what if he beats Jacobs? And to be honest, he's probably going to go to 168. But what if he skipped 168 and fought Kovalev at 175? And he will possibly hold a belt in 3 divisions at one time. The 175, the 168, and of course, multiple belts at 160. That would be crazy. Instant Hall of Fame. Instant his name would be chiseled in stone. But listen, that's just me talking. I don't know if it's going to go that way. I don't know if it's going to go that way or not. Guys, please do me a favor. Excuse my voice. The live streams that I do on the weekends, calling the fight, it kills my voice. I get way too into it, and it messes up my enunciations and just speech, period. Breathing, period. But thank you guys for bearing with me. Let me know, what do you think? We are working. We are talking. Let me see. All right. But that would be crazy. But but got tongue tied. But another route, if I was Canelo, I would do. I probably wouldn't even go to 175 right now. To be honest, I mean, I would try to hold on to the 168, but I won't compete right now. What I would do is, if he can beat Danny Jacobs, he is 1 belt away in the middleweight division from being undisputed. That is currently being held by Demetrius Andrade. From what I am hearing, Triple G deal is practically almost done with DAZN. I'm pretty sure once it's done, even though a lot of us, we think we know what is in it. Like, I don't know for sure, but I hear it's a 2-fight deal, so many millions. But what if he beats Danny Jacobs? Even if Triple G signed, let's say Triple G fights Demetrius Andrade, right? Demetrius Andrade already said that he would give Triple G a shot. There was talk about Billy Joe Saunders. Looked like Billy Joe Saunders is actually going to move up in weight. And Billy Joe Saunders is going to take over the Wembley 13 date that Anthony Joshua had. Now that's his date. Which leaves Demetrius Andrade without a dance partner. Because Billy Joe Saunders could have had a free ticket and his title back. At least a title shot. They unsuspended him, made him the mandatory to fight Demetrius Andrade. But now he's moving up in weight. He's not going to do it. Demetrius Andrade versus Triple G. The winner of that versus Danny Jacobs and Canelo. Assuming Canelo wins, because he can lose, but assuming he wins, Canelo Alvarez against Demetrius Andrade, or Canelo Alvarez in a 3rd fight to settle it all for now undisputed against Triple G. That right there would be dope, man. And it sells. And it sells. If Triple G can some kind of way get past Demetrius Andrade, and I'm going to say this, Demetrius Andrade in his last fight, he ain't looked that good. But he's a crafty fighter. And I'm pretty sure if he's stepping up in competition, he's going to fight a little bit better. But he's a crafty fighter. He's a smart fighter. Hell of an amateur resume. Has not always made the best moves for his career. Passed up some opportunities that he should have took. If Triple G can beat him, an undefeated fighter, crafty fighter, and then fight Canelo for the third time, a rubber match, undisputed, you tell me you won't buy that? And then it's going to be on the zone, for your $10. But even if Triple G doesn't win, then he can fight Demetrius Andrade. And that's not a give me fight. Because he can move. He is crafty. For undisputed. But he doesn't have to go that way. Let's see. He said, yes, totally agree. Canelo improved with Floyd fight. I saw shades of Floyd and GG. Canelo won, absolutely. And I think Canelo sees something up for grabs against Kovalev now. This is a legacy grab, absolutely. It is, man. Canelo has a couple different ways he can go. But I'm telling you right now, as he move up in weight, Canelo is very talented, very skilled, very good chin. That's the one thing about Canelo. He's not a light puncher, and he doesn't have the weakest chin. And he can box. That's what's going to help him as he move up in the higher weight classes. But the competition is going to be steeper. He's not going to get too many Rocky Fieldings. Now, Chris Eubank Jr., honestly, I thought that James DeGale was going to beat him. I thought it was going to be a good fight. What is this feedback? What is this thing? I thought it was going to be a good fight, but I picked James DeGale to win by decision. But I thought it was going to be like maybe a 51, 52% chance DeGale win. But man, DeGale came out there with this horrible game plan. He moved good sometimes, but nothing was set up. His straight left wasn't set up. Touch the jab, shoot the straight left. Turn, orthodox, shoot the straight right. Turn, southpaw, touch the jab, shoot a quick jab. And Chris Eubank Jr. just waited. He didn't jab. He was just waiting. And then anytime James DeGale was trying to shoot in there, he would counter. And then James DeGale shoot a shot and grab. I am surprised that DeGale didn't get warnings for holding. But what did you guys think about what if Canelo went up there and fought Chris Eubank Jr.? Caleb Smith. To be honest, Canelo will be skilled more than a lot of his opponents because he can not only bang with you if he needs to, he can box. He can come forward and walk you down, and if he needs to move, he can get on his toes. Now, he does better on his toes when you are the pressure fighter. He's not so good on his toes when he's coming forward at you. When he comes forward trying to cut you off, he's more flat-footed. If he's being more of the boxer role, counterpuncher role, then he's more of a slick fighter and he can move on his toes to evade punches or get out the way. Guys, do me a favor. As you come in, please do me a favor. Smash the like button. Subscribe. Give me this work. I told you I'm going to give it to you. I told you. I'm a man of my word. I made sure I'm going to take a lunch today. But let's get back to this boxing talk. If Canelo... I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it. Canelo versus Kovalev. Here, let's go back to the let's go back to our stacks and facts sheet. Hold on. Let's go back to the stacks and facts. Stacks and facts. There we go. Man, 51 wins, 33. A lot of Canelo wins came before a lot of people knew about him. When he fought Floyd Mayweather, he already had 40-some victories. But it doesn't take away from where he is today. A skilled fighter. What do they got? Let me see. Do they got his age on here? Let's see. Guys, listen, man. We can not only look at the height. See, when I made this, I didn't really quite look at this as good as I should have. But let's look. Let's look at the right up under the stars, the ratings. And that's one thing, guys. Both of these guys are they enrolled in VADA. Bouts. Canelo got 54. Sergey 37. Rounds. Look at the rounds. 379 rounds for Canelo. 162 for Kovalev. Kovalev has a higher KO percentage, 76 to 65. But now let me say this, guys. Listen. Kovalev is used to KOing people at a higher division than what Canelo is doing. Even though Canelo overall might have, I'm just saying this, it could be wrong, but let's say he got better skills than Kovalev. Kovalev is still a bigger man. I mean, he's not punching with the crusher power that we have seen before, but I'm pretty sure he's still punching pretty hard. Kovalev, actually, when Kovalev boxed, he's a pretty good boxer. He set punches up. This is not no easy fight for me, man. Canelo versus Kovalev. That is not an easy fight for Canelo. That is a fight he could lose. That's not a gimme fight. It will be a tough fight for Canelo. If he wins or if he loses, it will be a tough fight. I don't even know if I see him even knocking out Kovalev. We haven't even seen Canelo punch somebody at 175. I mean, listen, we saw Rocky Fielding. Listen, guys, of course we saw Rocky Fielding at 168 pounds. Shit. I got a 9-year-old niece that'll probably fold up that Rocky Fielding who we saw in the ring. I got a 9-year-old niece that will probably fold up that Rocky Fielding that fought Canelo that night. Sergey is no Rocky Fielding. Hands down. But Canelo got a lot of experience, man. And he is still young. Because we knew about him for so long. See, that's the thing about it with some of these guys, because we know about him for so long, and we can see generations of fighters leave. Like, we see the Cottos leaving, the Floyd, Manny Pacquiao still in there. But Canelo name was buzzing, starting to get some buzz, while Shane Mosley and all them guys were still there. And now a lot of them guys is gone. And you think Canelo is older than what he really is, but he's not. Look at it. Now, if this is accurate, they saying he's 28 years old. Is that right? Born July the 18th, 1990? He hasn't even reached his prime yet. Then you look at Sergey, April the 2nd, 1983. He's 35 years old. Now, at 35 years old, you can still operate. Don't get me wrong, man. Now, if he was 38, 39, oh, man, you're kind of tipping a little bit there. 35, he can still operate. He might not be at his best, but he can operate. Let's see. Smitty says Kovalev Alvarez won. He had a terrible guard. That's why the right hand landed. So the flush that got him stopped. A sharp Kovalev is competitive. You know what, man? Even in the first fight, from what I can remember, I thought Kovalev was doing a pretty good job. I thought he was bagging up Alvarez a lot. He was boxing very well. But he's not always responsible with his hands. Doesn't always bring his hands home. And I could see that right hand right now. That right hand caught Kovalev so fucking flush. That was crazy. That right hand caught him so flush. And once he dropped him, Kovalev couldn't recover. Alvarez didn't let him recover because he was on top of him again. And the next time he dropped him, it was a nice combination too. I don't remember what it was, but it looks like a cross between uppercuts and hooks. And the third time, he was pretty much done. He was done. But the Kovalev that fought Alvarez the second time was a Kovalev that wanted to win. Was a Kovalev that, listen, you can tell that he didn't want to get hit no more. He knew he can be hurt by this guy. He knew he can be knocked out by this guy. And he didn't want that. He didn't want that. He tried to keep his distance, and he threw punches. But he threw combinations. But when he threw his combinations, see the thing with Kovalev when he was actually, boxing, because he can box pretty good, you don't get the crusher power. When he's throwing the 3-4 punch combinations, they're there to land, but they're not killers. Now, when Manny Pacquiao throws 3 or 4 or 5 punches, his punches are meant for deadly intentions. From everyone that I heard, all the punches that Manny Pacquiao throws, they're not just fast. If any one of them hits you, it can be like it was the last shot. Even Tim Bradley said that. He said all of them punches coming that fast, all of them had deadly intentions. Any one of them that connects is deadly. The ones that Kovalev was having, they all wasn't deadly. But guys, it's your boy T-Dub with Blazing the Sports. Appreciate everyone who comes to the chat. Everyone that participates in the chat. Thank you, Bob. Please subscribe. And guys, for all the new subscribers, I know we had about maybe 60 or 70 over the weekend. Welcome to the What's Blazing family. Thank you for adding wood to the fire to keep the blaze going. Until next time, here is What's Blazing the Sports.